Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch ein Geheimrezept. Um Tüpfelscheisser und die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren. Damit es läuft, braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team. Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
Hello and welcome from Mürren for the fourth and final day of the 2023 Fizz Telemark World Championships. I'm Jack Harvey-Taylor and I'll be bringing you all the action this morning from a very wintry Mürren. Today, on the final day of racing, we'll be getting the team parallel sprint underway. See the running order on the screen at the moment. There's very different scenes here today in Mürren. With back into winter really. Winds up. We had a little bit of snow last night, around 0 degrees, so the snow is considerably better. But the windy conditions will make racing rather more difficult for the racers. In the lineup this morning we have 8 teams racing. 2 teams from Switzerland, a team from Germany, Great Britain, Norway, Sweden, the USA and France. So it should be a good race today. In 2021 at the previous World Championships we saw Switzerland taking the top spot in Mürren Fruit, France in silver, Norway in bronze, Germany just missing out on the medals, coming in 4th, and Great Britain in 5th. You can really see the wind whipping up now here in Mürren. Very different weather to what we've experienced in the last few days. We had a bit of rain yesterday during the rest day, and the organisers done a great job just moving some of the races around, try and make the most of the best weather and conditions this late on in the season, which can be slightly difficult as things start getting a little bit warmer and the snow a little bit less predictable. On the screen now you can see the finish area with yellow gates on the right hand side, which the racers will have to ski around before they make their way to the finish. And our technical delegate on your screen now, Ken Gay, who will be responsible for the fairness of the race and safety. He is of course supported by a brilliant team, hill team, race team and some volunteers who have all put on a fantastic show here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first pairing now in the gate. We've got Switzerland A versus Switzerland B. Switzerland A in the red course, Beatrice Zimmermann, and Switzerland B, Amelie Wenger-Remel in the blue course. As a reminder for those viewers who are new to the team parallel sprint, it's the best of 3 runs. So there's 3 racers on each team, and they'll each get a chance, and the team that wins 2 of the 3 will proceed to the semi-finals. But first off, what a brilliant pairing. 2 top Swiss ladies out the start gate. Beatrice Zimmermann on the right of your screen took the top spot in the parallel sprint on Thursday. Brimming with confidence. Amelie Wenger-Remel from Switzerland in the blue course actually announced her retirement from the sport this morning. But so far, Amelie Wenger-Remel on Switzerland's B team leading over Beatrice Zimmermann. What a great race to get us started. Amelie Wenger-Remel from Switzerland's B team taking 1 point. Well, you can hear the wind blowing and the flags blowing around, but next up in the red course, blue course, Nicolas Michel and Ramon Benet in the red course. Nicolas Michel took the silver medal in the sprint just on Wednesday this week. Ramon Benet, one of the top Swiss racers. So, a race of Switzerland v Switzerland. Both racers now on course. Fairly level in these early stages of a race. Both late racers still level as they approach the 360. Nicolas Michel just edging into the 360 ahead of Ramon Benet. Can Nicolas Michel equalise it? It's going to be to the line. Who's going to take it? Nicolas Michel for the A team. Equalising the standings 1-1. That means it will go down to this last race with the 2 Mossa brothers who will take on each other. Very close racing indeed. We see Nicolas Michel just putting a hand down on the landing. And ladies and gentlemen, the final pairing from Switzerland and Switzerland, Alexis Mossa and Maxime Mossa. Alexis picked up the silver medal on Thursday's parallel sprint. Oh, and Alexis almost going over there. Really tight racing from both Mossa brothers. I have to say, what a pairing coming up against your brother. And wow, it looks like it's gone to Maxime Mossa from the B team, who will proceed through to the next round. Huge victory. There we see a little mistake there, just getting thrown off and the landing, almost tripping over the ski.
Switzerland B.
And Switzerland B through to the semi-finals. Well, that's the first of our pairing, off to a good start. Next up, though, Germany versus Great Britain, and kicking us off, Jasmine Taylor in the blue course, Berit Younger from Germany in red course. It should be an exciting race here. Jasmine Taylor certainly on form. Oh, and the German out, Berit Younger hiking. Jasmine Taylor took the bronze medal in the Classic. Jasmine Taylor just preserving a bit of energy. And unless anything goes desperately wrong from here, 1-0 to Great Britain. Very unlucky, Berit Younger just skiing out of a course after the jump. Berit Younger from Germany safely over the line. We see here, very unfortunate, just skiing into Jasmine Taylor's course and then skiing underneath the red gate. 2 more races left in this pairing, though, between Great Britain and Germany. It's going to be tough for Great Britain. The next 2 racers from Germany, very experienced, with Leonhard Müller in the blue course from Germany and Tim Goff from Great Britain in the red course. Just waiting starters' orders now. Leonhard Müller just ahead. Tim Goff getting a little bit wild and wide. Tim Goff's got his work cut out here, but Leonhard Müller on fire and taking a little lead out of the 360. May well come down to penalties here. And Leonhard Müller just showing the way. Germany take a win, so 1-1. Germany winning that last round. Leonhard Müller just pipping Tim Goff to the mark. So it's going to come down to the wire here. Thomas Alovius from Germany taking on Colin Dixon from Great Britain. Colin Dixon, otherwise known as the Dixonator, Colinator. And Thomas Alovius, no doubt going to be fighting for Germany here. Germany just missed out to the medals, the previous World Championships, taking the 4th spot. So they'll be looking for a medal today.
Für das dritte Duell für Alovius Thomas und den Dixon Colin. Thomas da in Führung. als Erster aus dem 360 raus. Kommt jetzt noch auf die Laufstrecke bis zum Ziel und kann damit den Sieg einfahren für Deutschland in das Viertelfinale.
Kom igen nu Karin!
And now up Germany versus Sweden with Karin Andersson from Sweden and Gorilla Strom Eriksson from Norway. Oh, and Karin over, almost taking out the German. Gorilla back on course for Norway. Very unfortunate start to the race between these two nations. Karin Abrahamsson going over after the jump. Let's hope she's okay. Gorilla Strom Eriksson cruising towards the finish. And Norway taking the 1-0 lead here over Sweden. Difficult to see exactly what happened to Karin after the jump. Here we have it in replay. Oh, horrible crash. Getting the line just a bit wrong. Heading straight into the gate after the jump. Very easily done on the course here. There's a blind jump. You can't see it. Can't see the landing or spot the landing till you're right on it, making it particularly difficult for the racers.
Ein kleiner Applaus für Trading Karin Abraham.
On your screen now, some of the coaching staff just looking on.
Ehrenwort, du musst 600 jedes Jahr mehr musst sagen.
Weißt, bis zum Schluss mit Warteliste kommen fast alle am Schluss zum Zug.
Back to the start for our next pairing with Trim Locken from Norway. Sorry, correction, Jacob Alvenberg looks like. And Sweden's Alvin Noksen. Oh, Norwegian over. Alvin Noksen taking the lead.
Schweden mit dem Noaxon Alvin ausgleichen.
And Alvin Noksen, also known as Alvin Balvin, crossing the line any second now, equalising 1-1. And correction, that looks like the Norwegian Kaja Bukstedt from Norway, potentially filling in as one of the substitutes. Oh, Kaja just getting a bit low, not making the blue gates in her course. Well, some exciting racing so far in the team parallel event. Fair share of crashes and spills, and lots of very close racing going down to the third pairing quite often, which makes for a very exciting race. Next up though, our final pairing of today, or final pairing between Sweden and Norway anyway. Ole Kullberg in the blue course. In the red course, it looks like Jacob Alfenberg. Two very well paired racers. I wouldn't want to be calling this one just yet. Oh, Ole Kullberg almost slipping up out of the start gate there, managing to stay on his feet. Jacob Alfenberg from Norway just coming. Oh, no. Ole Kullberg over. Norway will go through to the next round. Jacob Alfenberg from Norway just glancing up. Very unlucky from Sweden. And cheers from the Norwegians as they go through to the semi-final. We see here Ole Kullberg. Oh, just tripping over his rear ski, giving the Norwegian team the win. Jacob Alfenberg there. Next on your screen, our next pairing, USA and France. From France, Augustine Calliez on the red course. From USA, Elizabeth Polsavara from the US of A. And France just taking an early lead here at the start of the race. France maintain that speed around the 360. And Calliez from Switzerland crossing the line, taking the lead for France. On your screen now there, Augustine Calliez from France taking the 1-0. Next up, Noé Clay from Samoa in France on the blue course, taking on Jeffrey Gay from the US of A. Or is that Sam Gerber? Apologies, Sam Gerber from USA. And Noé Clay taking an early lead. It was this man here on your screen in the blue course. Noé Clay took the bronze medal on Thursday's parallel sprint. Really tough pairing here for the USA. Noé Clay still going full steam ahead. He might want to, oh, just tripping over his skis, but a nice lead there. He might want to just calm things down a little bit. He's got plenty more racing to come. And USA make it 2-0, so they will go through to the next round. Great skiing there from Noé Clay, really rocking it over. And our final pairing for today, Elie Nabo from France on the red course and Jeffrey Gay from USA on the blue course. (2-0 to France. They will proceed, but great to see this final pair. Elie Nabo, of course, the winner from the Classic on the opening day of the championships. Very, very accomplished French skier alongside Noé Clay. The pair of them two of the leading men on the French team, and equally Jeffrey Gay, just one of three American racers here.
Weiterkommen. Und zwar kommen sie im Halbfinale auf Norwegen.
Both racers just awaiting starters' orders now at the top of the course. You still see the wind blowing the flags in the finish. Thankfully for the racers, it's somewhat colder today, so the snow will hold up much better than it has in previous days. On your screen now, the on-site commentary team just taking a glance out of his cabin, trying to make sense of what's going on. Here we are, the final pairing between USA and France. Jeffrey Gay from USA in the red course. Elie Nabo from France in the blue course. Oh, Jeffrey Gay having a few issues after the jump. Back in the course now, but Elie Nabo showing his dominance here. Taking a lot of confidence from Tuesday's classic. Taking a little lead here over Jeffrey Gay from the USA. And Elie Nabo just winding it down as he goes over the line, preserving a bit of energy, taking a 3-0 victory for France, who will go through to the semi-finals. Big jump there from Jeffrey Gay. On your screen now, Elie Nabo, some of his team just getting ready. Ready to go back up to the top. Jeffrey Gay, unfortunately, coming out.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und Tüpfelscheisser, um die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren. Damit es läuft, braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team. Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And welcome back from Mürren. On your screen now, the unofficial results after the quarterfinals, with Switzerland B through to the quarters, through to the semi-finals, sorry. They'll race Germany, and Norway, who beat Sweden, through to the semi-finals, and they'll take on France, who beat the USA in the quarterfinals. This will then give us our finalists, and we'll have a small final as well who'll be battling it out for bronze. As you see on your screen now, it's cleared up somewhat since this morning. It really was quite overcast. Had a little dusting of snow this morning, around 0 degrees. Things are warming up rapidly. As you can see on the screen, it was quite windy right at the start of the team parallel event. Looks like things are calming down a little bit. I know the forecast is supposed to improve as the day goes on.
Was bist du Riese?
On your screen now, Sam Diku, our official Fizz photographer. And a good number of spectators in the finish there. Well, that looks like Berit Younger from Germany, just staying warm in the start. The first of Germany's pairings, who will take on Switzerland, Switzerland B, coming up against the great Amélie Wenger-Reymond, who announced her retirement from the sport this morning. See a good number of the teams in the start supporting one another. Of course, teams of 3 and 2 reserves on each team in case there are any unforeseen injuries that come up. But there, Berit Younger from Germany just staying warm. She should be racing Amélie Wenger-Reymond in the first round. Oh dear, looks like the chairlift's stuck. Hopefully that won't delay proceedings. There we are, back up and running. And the first pairing off with Switzerland in the blue course, Germany in the red course. Pretty level here until Berit Younger from Germany just getting into the soft stuff. Amélie Wenger-Reymond taking the lead into the 360. Berit Younger, though, giving up a good fight here against the greatest Telemark racer of all time, Amélie Wenger-Reymond, rolling over the finish. And the Swiss B team take the first win in the semi-finals. Of course, 2 more racers from each nation to go down the course, so it's all to play for. Amélie Wenger-Reymond on your screen, just watching on as her teammate Romain Benet in the red course will be taking on Leonhard Müller from Germany in the blue course. Oh, Leonhard Müller just getting a bit crazy in the air. One ski up. Roman Bene. Oh, Roman Bene from Switzerland over, almost taking out Leonhard Müller, equalising the standings. Hear a scream from Roman Bene, clearly frustrated with that result. Very unlucky from the Swiss, but makes for very, very exciting racing as that equalises the two teams. So it will go down to the mark here. Roman Bene, oh, just catching his hand inside the gate, tumbling down. That was a very unfortunate mistake. Leonhard Müller safely down, taking the win in his heat. Well, just two more races to go, battling it out here in the semi-finals for a spot in the finals. And in the blue course from Switzerland, Maxime Mossin taking on Thomas Olovius. Thomas Olovius from Germany, Maxime Mossin from Switzerland. It's going to go down to the line here. And out the start. Hopefully another very close race. It looks like Thomas Olovius has a very slight lead. Difficult to tell. Maybe not. Maxime Mossin into the 360 first. Maxime Mossin just carrying a little bit more speed. Thomas Olovius chasing hard for a spot in the final. Maxime Mossin over the line. Switzerland take 2-1. 2-1 victory. Switzerland B through to the final. It looks like Germany just had the lead after the jump, but how things can change. And that puts Germany into the small final for today, fighting for the bronze medal. On to our next pairing though, Germany taking on France. From France, Augustin Calliez in the red course. Kaje Bogstad from Norway in the blue course. Sorry, apologies, Goril Strom Eriksson in the blue course. Goril going into 360 first. Calliez just putting a speed check in. This could very likely... Oh! Calliez just getting pushed out of the course there. Very unfortunate sequence of events. Difficult to see exactly what happened there. It looked like they were just getting a little bit too close around the yellow control gate, and Calliez from Switzerland just getting her ski caught up. Here we see in the replay here, the Norwegians safely around. Oh, Calliez just straddling that yellow control gate. Very unfortunate from the French, but that puts Norway 1-0. Next up in the gate, Noé Clay from France in the blue course. Kaja Bogstad from Norway in the red course. Noé Clay, of course, a bronze medalist from Thursday's individual parallel sprint. Taking on Kaja Bogstad, one of the most successful Norwegian juniors once upon a time. Just awaiting starters' orders now. Getting proceedings underway. Of course, it's 1-0 to Norway, so it's up to France to equalise it now. Or Norway will go through to the next round. Both racers just staying warm as it carries on blowing up at the top of the course. Both racers now getting ready to start. Noé Clay from France in the blue course, Kaja Bogstad from Norway in the red course. Tough pairing for Norway, with Noé Clay from France taking on young Kaja Bogstad, just getting very direct. Oh! That was tough. It looks like France are going to equalise it though. Almost made contact there after the jump. Very, very close together the courses are. So there is no room for error. Looks like Noé Clay is just taking it a bit easier now he's seen his out the course. Kaja Bogstad from Norway. Very unfortunate for her. Interesting to see the replay here. Kaja Bogstad just getting very direct. Coming very wild next. Oh, that could have been a very nasty crash. Very thankful for the quick reactions there of Noé Clay, just managing to avert disaster. But good to see the race now equalised, and it will go down to the final pairing. Elie Nabo from France taking on Jacob Alfberg. Alfberg from Norway.
Norwegen aan start zit Jacob Alfberg. Voor Frankrijk, Jeffrey Gay.
So, final pairing for a spot in the final. Chance to take the gold. Carliers and Nabo from France on their screen, looking up. Carliers and Noé, apologies. Looking up, awaiting for their teammate Elie Nabo. Just watch this replay. Norwegian coming wide in the line. It looks like he just sweeps her skis from underneath her. Could have gone very badly wrong. Next up though from France, Elie Nabo in the red course for France, taking on the young Norwegian Jacob Alfberg. Again, this should be a very close race indeed. Two of the finest racers on course. Elie Nabo though, half a gate ahead after the jump. Can the Norwegian claw it back to take a spot in the final? It's going to be close. Could well come down to penalties here. Norwegian chasing hard. It's going to go down to the line. Who's it going to be? Wow, what a finish. It looks like France have just taken it by a fraction. There it is, Elie Nabo putting his hand up. A little celebration there, making it 2-1 to France, who will take a spot in the final against Switzerland B, leaving Norway and Germany to battle it out for the bronze medal. There we have both teams in the finish there. As you can see, the weather coming in slightly here in Mürren. There we have the results on the screen. So Switzerland and France going through to the final, and Germany and Norway into the small final, battling out the bronze medal.
Grosse Träume brauchen ein bisschen Support.
Es braucht gute Serviceleute, Vorbilder und einen Fanclub. Aber es braucht auch kein Rezept. Und Tüpfelscheisser, um die entscheidenden Hundertstel rauszufahren. Manchmal braucht es Überredungskünstlerinnen. Leute, die mit einer guten Einstellung an die Sache gehen und Sättig, die einen motivieren. Damit es läuft, braucht es eine gute Verbindung untereinander. Ein Technologiepartner, der alles gibt fürs Team. Und jemand, der dir sagt, go, go, go!
And welcome back from Mürren. You see the snow coming down again now. We're just awaiting for the teams to make their way back up to the start on the skidoo. Then we'll be getting the small final and the finals underway for this team parallel sprint. Just recapping on the events from this morning, we saw France go through to the final, who will come up against Switzerland B. And in the small final, Germany taking on Norway. Good to see plenty of support here in the finish. Great shot here. The snow really coming down a bit thicker now. Thankfully, it's just the finals and the small finals left for the World Championships as conditions get trickier and trickier as the day goes on. Martina Weiss fan club there. And our good chap there with the paint, just putting a bit more paint down the course as the visibility gets a bit trickier. The athletes will appreciate the extra contrast against the snow. Sam Garber from USA, unfortunately getting knocked out in the first round. Good to see him on the sidelines supporting. So a quick recap from this morning's events. In the quarterfinal we saw Switzerland B taking on Switzerland A, taking the win. We saw Germany beating Great Britain, Norway beating Sweden, and France beating the USA. And then through to the semi-finals we saw Switzerland B beating Germany for a spot in the final, Germany B going through to the small final. And we saw France beating Norway to take a spot in the final, and Norway in the small final. On the screen there, Peter Weiss, the chief of race here. He's done a cracking job over the course of a week. But you can really hear the wind blowing now, picking up. Tough conditions for this final. And over the radio now we have the start confirmed for 2 minutes time. We'll be getting the racing back underway. Should be starting with the small final between Germany and Norway to decide who takes the bronze medal. And shortly after that we'll have the three pairings for the final, Switzerland B and France. Just a reminder, the current reigning World Championships in the team parallel event from 2021. The World Champ Switzerland took the top spot. France took the silver. So another Swiss-French final 2 years later here in Mürren. And also a similar battle for the bronze medal position with Norway and Germany fighting for the bronze. The previous world champs, Norway took the bronze medal, leaving Germany in fourth spot. So a very similar world championship event to that we saw in Melsefruit back in 2021. And here we have our first pairing now on screen. Berit Younger from Germany in the blue course and Goril Strom Eriksson from Norway in the red course. The first of three pairs to get the small final underway.
Ready? Yeah. Attention.
And battling out for the bronze medal, the first of three pairings. Germany versus Norway. Oh, Berit Younger just coming under that blue gate. Goril Strom Eriksson carrying on. Very unlucky for the German. A lot of speed coming off that jump. Very difficult to control it. But Norway will go one up on Germany. Gorilla Stromedics on your screen, just cruising over the line. Berit Younger from Germany, safely down. Seeing the replay here. Berit Younger takes the first gate, just gets caught up on the second, into the soft snow underneath her next gate. So it's up to Germany now to win this next one. And on your screen now, from Germany, Leonhard Müller in the red course, taking on Kaja Bukstad from Norway in the blue course. Oh, Leonhard Müller just skiing out, giving Kaja Bukstad a clean run. That was very unlucky. The German, another German skiing out the course, and that's going to give Norway the bronze medal with 2-1. Kaja Bukstad having a lovely ski across the line, big smile on her face. Great result for Norway, taking the third bronze medal position, once again denying Germany a spot in the medals here at the World Championships. Unlucky for Germany. Leonhard Müller having a great run until that moment there. Big celebration for Norway. Always a tough gig when you get through to the small final. But our final pairing now. Thomas Alovius from Germany in the blue course. Jakob Alfberg from Norway in the red course. Sadly for Germany, the damage is done already now. But nice to have a final run down the course. Oh, interesting 360 there. Jakob Alfberg taking the lower line, sort of going into it just below the German. And it looks like Norway's going to make it 3 of 3. There we have it. Congratulations to Norway taking the bronze medal in the small final. Fantastic result for the Norwegians. Commiserations to Germany, just missing out once again to a medal position here in the team parallel in Mürren. Big celebrations from the Norwegians, who look delighted. And our first pairing in the final here for the Team Parallel World Championship gold medal. Switzerland taking on France. Amélie Wenger-Reymond in the blue course, taking on Augustine Caliaz from France in the red course. Pretty level here. Amélie Wenger-Reymond taking a slight lead, heading into 360 first. Could all come down to penalties though. Augustine Caliaz on the tails of the skis of Amélie Wenger-Reymond. Oh, and Caliaz taking no penalties. It's going to go down to the line. Amélie Wenger-Reymond just edging ahead. And Switzerland taking the first point there. Really close race. We saw Amélie Wenger-Reymond just picking up a penalty, or maybe 2 penalties. Caliaz having a clean run there. So 1 point to Switzerland. This next one's going to be very important with Noé Clay from France in the blue course, taking on Romain Benet from Switzerland in the red course. Another fantastic pairing here. Can France equalise it to be in with a chance of taking the top spot? Short course hold here whilst we just wait for the all clear. Of course, Switzerland took the win 2 years ago. Can they retain the top spot here today, or can France pip them to the finish? This next round's going to be absolutely crucial. Noé Clay from France getting ready at the top to take on Romain Benet from Switzerland. Amelie Wenger-Reymond on your screen now. The Swiss veteran who announced her retirement this morning after a very, very successful racing career. Most celebrated FIS Telemark athlete and the most successful FIS athlete ever. She is one incredible lady and a huge inspiration to the rest of the Telemark skiing community.
Amelie Wenger-Reymond hat den ersten Punkt für die Schweiz geholt.
On your screen now, the jury just discussing something. It could have been a result from a previous run there. Really difficult call. We understand there may be a small problem with the penalties from that previous run with Amelie Wenger-Reymond and Augustine Calliez from France. Some really tough jury decisions here today. We see our two chief of races, Stefan there, the red jacket on. And just had news that the first run is going to be rerun after that finish. So we're going to see Amelie Wenger-Reymond taking on Augustine Calliez from France once again. Unfortunately, the decision there not being 100% true, so occasionally we do see some races being rerun. Rather unfortunate for the Swiss. I'm sure they were pleased with that rather good start. But all in the name of fairness, the jury have decided to rerun that last pairing. So they'll be getting their jackets back on, heading back up to the top of the course. Lovely to see Beatrice Zimmermann and looks like Martina Weiss just skiing down the course. Beatrice Zimmermann, who is ending her career this season, retiring from the sport. It was lovely to see Zimmermann taking the gold medal in the championship parallel sprint. Skiing down alongside Martina Weiss, her local teammate, who's had a very successful championship so far. Beatrice Zimmermann really is one of the most delightful characters here on the World Cup circuit, World Championships. Always a huge smile on her face. One of the legends who will be remembered for a long time to come. And Martina Weiss, the local hero, who took the top spot in the Classic on day one. Many congratulations to Beatrice Zimmermann on a very successful World Cup, World Championship racing career. Well, it's all to fight for in the finals here. Switzerland, the reigning team parallel winner from 2 years ago, taking on France, who took the silver. They're not leaving anything to chance this time. And after that first run with Amélie Wenger-Reymond and Augustina Caliaz, they're going to rerun the race. A few legends on your screen now, having all the fun. Good number of supporters in the finish today, including some fellow teammates who didn't make the teams today. Good to see them supporting their fellow racers in the finish. On your screen now, the chap in the helmet, often known as Picasso, doing a bit of painting on the slope. We saw him earlier coming down with the paint, just lighting things up for the athletes. But on your screen there, Augustine Caliaz from France, back up to the top after the rerun. What will be the rerun? And Amélie Wenger-Reymond coming into the screen now on the blue course. Right, round two. Fighting for the championship gold medal in the team parallel event. Amélie Wenger-Reymond taking a very small lead after the jump. Still, it's all to fight for. Could well come down to penalties, of course. It looks like two clean runs. Amélie Wenger-Reymond taking a small lead. Plenty of support from both teams in the finish. Wenger-Reymond taking a penalty. It's going to come down to the mark. Amélie Wenger-Reymond taking point for Switzerland. Nice clean run between the racers there. No clashing. Good to see them having a moment in the finish. We saw Amélie Wenger-Reymond, just looks like she landed in the alpine position there, giving her an extra penalty point, but showing her experience, dominance in the sport, taking the top spot. Well, what a rerun. But next, back up to the start for Noé Clay from France in the blue course, Romain Benet from Switzerland in the red course. Two of the top guys on Walker. Oh! Romain Benet getting a bit wild after the jump, managing to hold it together. Has that given Noé Clay the advantage? I think it has, I suspect. Romain Benet may pick up some penalty points as well. Noé Clay, though, going hard to stay in contention for the top spot here. Huge run from Noé Clay, equalising it for the French, who remain in contention for the gold medal. Another replay on the jump. We see Roman Bene getting a bit wild, arms in the air, just getting thrown out of the turn there, getting into the softer stuff. Incredible recovery though, managing to hold it together. What an exciting finish to the World Championships here in Mürren. Our final pairing though, from France, Elie Nabo in the red course, taking on Switzerland's Maxime Mossad. Final racers on the hill for the gold medal. Can Switzerland retain it? Maxime Mossad just coming out wide of the course. Elie Nabo from France, first into 360. It's going to be a fight to the finish. Maxime Mossad not giving up. It's going to be very close indeed. Will it come down to penalties? Elie Nabo from France pushing hard. It's looking like it's going to be France's win. Yes, it is. France take the gold medal, pipping Switzerland. What a brilliant race for the French. France taking the win. Look at that. Elie Nabo in the red course looking so composed. Very commendable effort though from the Swiss. Just chasing there. We saw it right in the finish, pushing all the way to the line. Elie Nabo having a glance back. What a finish from the French. And back to the finish. A thrilled French team taking the World Championship. Parallel sprint gold medal. Switzerland going number 2 and Norway taking the bronze medal. And the unofficial results on your screen now. So in just a moment's time, we'll be getting the flower ceremony underway for today's race. And maybe a short delay just whilst the team here prepare for that. Hopefully it won't be too long. Big celebrations though from the French, congratulating one another after what was a brilliant performance. On your screen there, we've got Argeline Tambouquet as well, who unfortunately tore her ACL early on in the week. Very unfortunate for her not being able to race in the team event today. Hopefully she'll make a quick recovery.